Hello, my name is John Nagoski, and I'm a native speaker of English from Wisconsin in the USA. I would like to introduce to you my English reading channel with questions and answers. Growing trees from seeds.
Maple and oak trees with branches full of seeds at the end of summer got American plant expert Lee Reich thinking about how trees grow. He remembers how, a few years ago, he decided to drop an apple seed into some soil he had placed in a small container. Reich imagined his small seed would turn into a beautiful apple tree. But it didn't work out. The seed germinated and started growing, but then it stopped growing when it was just 10 centimeters tall. How come? Reich said most seeds that come from colder parts of the world need special treatment before they will grow. He found out that he was lucky his seed grew at all. Reich now knows how to grow a tree from seeds. When those seeds fall from the branches of tall trees, they cannot start growing right away. Reich noted that the young trees would die during the cold winter if they start growing immediately. So, most seeds know how to stay asleep during the winter until warmer weather comes. That is when they can grow well. But if you do not want to wait all winter for your seeds to grow, Reich has some suggestions. Reich said you can fool the seed into starting to grow. The way to do this is by placing the seeds into plastic bags filled with potting soil that is a little wet. Then, put the bags into a cool place, like a garage or refrigerator. The process is known as stratification. It is important to keep the seeds cool but not too cold for a few months. The temperature needs to be above freezing, but below 10 degrees Celsius. Reich said, you might have a little more work to do before stratification, depending on what kind of seed you are growing. Harder seeds first need to be softened to let water get in. Such hard seeds come from redbud, juniper, and hornbeam trees. To get water inside the seed, you need to nick them with a small, sharp object. The other way to soften a seed's hard shell is to put them in soil and leave them in a warm room for 2 or 3 months. Then you can begin stratification. Once the seeds are stratified and conditions are right, they will start to grow roots. For sugar maple trees, it might take 3 months. For apple seeds, it might take only 2 months. But Reich shares a warning. Don't forget about your stratifying seeds. 1 week, he said, they could be asleep. The next week, they could have fat, white roots. Once your seeds start to grow roots, you can put them in a container or a pot. Or, if you are not ready, keep them somewhere cool until you are ready to plant them outdoors. Reich noted that some people may wonder what the point is of all this trouble when you can just buy a small tree at a garden center. You're a gardener. You like to grow plants, he explained. Reich also said how satisfying it is to look up after many years at a tall tree that you once started from just a seed.
What does Reich say about seeds from colder parts of the world? A. They cannot grow in warmer parts of the world. B. They need special treatment before they can grow. C. They need much less water than many people think. D. They can grow just as easily as seeds from warmer places. What is the first step in fooling the seed into starting to grow? A. Cover the seeds in a layer of dry potting soil. B. Put the seeds under a warm light for a couple of days. C. Soak the seeds in water for about 3 days. D. Put the seeds into plastic bags that have wet potting soil. What is important about the temperature of the seeds when you are fooling the seed into growing? A. The temperature needs to be just below freezing. B. The temperature needs to be between 0 and 10 degrees Celsius. C. The seeds need to be stored at room temperature. D. The temperature needs to be between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius. What does Reich suggest about hard seeds? A. They are much easier to plant in warm temperatures. B. They need to be stored in a cooler and wetter environment. C. They are much easier to grow than soft seeds. D. You might need to cut them or put them in soil in a warm room.